Judith Grisel, Never Enough, The Neuroscience and Experience of Addiction. Dive into the fascinating world of addiction with this summary of Judith Grisel's Never Enough, The Neuroscience and Experience of Addiction. Discover how our brains respond to various stimuli, the role played by the nucleus accumbens, also known as the brain's reward center, and the neural processes that eventually lead to habituation and dependence. Unravel the different effects of narcotics, such as marijuana, cocaine, and opiates, on our brain and behavior, and explore the genetic and environmental factors that contribute to addiction. Grasp the significance of neuroplasticity in the context of drug use and how adolescents are more susceptible to the perils of addiction.
Addiction and the brain. In 1954, James Olds and Peter Milner conducted experiments on rats and discovered the brain's reward center in the nucleus accumbens. Drugs stimulate this region and trigger the release of dopamine, creating pleasurable feelings that lead to addiction. Habituation also plays a significant role as the body balances its systems by releasing hormones or neurotransmitters with the opposite effect of the drug. As addiction develops, going without the drug becomes incredibly challenging. The science of THC. Every human has a chemically unique response to drugs, which makes marijuana's active ingredient, THC, stand apart for its ability to stimulate all regions of the brain. Unlike other drugs, which only act on one specific part of the brain or receptor, THC intensifies all environmental inputs, making all experiences amazing. The brain has receptors stimulated by neurotransmitters like anandamide and 2-arachidonylglycerol, which naturally indicate what is important or relevant in a person's surroundings. THC attaches to these receptors and imitates anandamide's actions, making the brain believe everything is amazing. However, this is a problem with marijuana and other drugs because they can lead to addiction. Nonetheless, THC's effects on the brain make it a unique and entertaining drug. The tragic effects of opiates. The use of opiates such as heroin, fentanyl, and oxycodone is prevalent in society today. These drugs imitate endorphins, which are the natural pain-killing hormones produced by the brain. Although they have pain-subduing properties, opiates have a dangerous downside. After a blissful high, the effects start to wear off, and anti-opiates are produced by the body. These magnify any suffering or pain the user might feel, leading to feelings of emptiness and desperation. To relieve this, the addict is left with only one path: more drugs. The tragic effects of these drugs have a grip on society. Alcohol's dangers. Alcohol, despite being socially acceptable, poses significant health risk and negative actions like sexual assault. Drinking increases beta-endorphin levels, leaving drinkers happy and relaxed in social situations. Individuals with naturally low levels of beta-endorphins are more prone to alcoholism. Excessive drinking can lead to heart disease, strokes, high blood pressure, fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, cancers, and reduced life expectancy. In addition, alcohol often leads to inexcusable behaviors like sexual assault, as seen with the 700,000 assaults among college students each year. It's essential to recognize the dangers of alcohol. The chemical mechanism of cocaine addiction. Cocaine addiction is caused by the drug's interference with normal dopamine recycling. By blocking the transporter that takes dopamine back to the initial cell, cocaine prolongs intense feelings of pleasure and creates addiction, leading users to expend all their resources on securing a regular supply. Deadly tranquilizers. Marilyn Monroe, Jimi Hendrix, and Michael Jackson all died from an overdose of tranquilizers, which imitate the neurotransmitter GABA to induce calmness. These drugs target the GABA-A receptor, opening a gate and allowing chloride ions to rush in and reduce neural transmission. Tranquilizers are used to treat epilepsy, anxiety, and insomnia, but they're highly addictive, and prolonged use causes the body to develop a tolerance to them, leading to addiction or overdose. Moreover, sedative use results in patients becoming unable to sleep without these drugs, making it hard for them to quit. Despite knowing the dangers of these drugs, benzodiazepine prescriptions increased by 67% between 1996 and 2013, which is concerning. Thus, it's crucial to be cautious when prescribing these deadly tranquilizers. Genetics and epigenetics of addiction. Addiction is not solely due to a person's character. Genetics plays a significant role in addictive tendencies, and epigenetics may also have an impact. Studies conducted on identical twins have shown that genetics does have an impact on addiction. Children born in families with histories of addiction were at a high risk of becoming addicts themselves, even if they were adopted into families without addiction. Epigenetics may also play a role in addiction, as environmental adaptations can be passed on to the next generation as an epigenetic marker in the DNA. Studies have shown that rats exposed to THC produced offspring that were more likely to demonstrate mood disorders and self-administer opiates. Understanding the risks of drug abuse in adolescents. Adolescents who are exposed to drugs, particularly at a younger age, are at greater risk of addiction and drug abuse as adults. Upbringing and environment can play a significant role in addictive behaviors. Early drug exposure can alter brain plasticity, leaving a deep imprint on the brain that makes individuals more vulnerable to the effects of drugs. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for controlling impulsive behavior, abstract reasoning, and weighing consequences against immediate benefits, is the last part of the brain to develop fully. Since adolescents lack these abilities, they are more prone to take drugs and go too far. It is therefore essential to educate adolescents on the effects and risks of drug abuse to prevent them from engaging in such behaviors.
In Never Enough, Judith Grisel presents a comprehensive guide to understanding addiction and its impact on individuals and their families. Through a detailed exploration of the brain's reward center, habituation processes, and the specific mechanisms by which drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, and opiates act on the brain, the book sheds light on the complex interplay between genetics, environment, and personal experiences. Grisel emphasizes the importance of considering both the physiological and psychological factors that contribute to addiction, while also recognizing the unique challenges faced by adolescents. This summary not only provides a deep understanding of the neuroscience and the experience of addiction but also serves as a reminder of the need to make informed choices and help those at risk of developing unhealthy dependencies.